In 2019, Terence Blanchard made history when his second opera, Fire Shut Up in My Bones, premiered at New York's famous Metropolitan Opera. Now he's in town with his first opera called Champion. The story, set in the world of boxing, is touching the hearts of audiences who are fans of the sport and those who've never seen a match. WGN's Dean Richards has more.
Me, the opera, please. Me, the opera guy. Yeah, that's still funny to me.
Terence Blanchard, Grammy Award-winning jazz trumpeter, Oscar-nominated soundtrack composer, is in fact an opera guy, although he's still getting used to the title.
Hey, bro, I wrote 2 operas. You know what I mean? He goes, hey, man, you're an opera composer. I'm like, let's slow it down.
Blanchard is in town with the opera that put him in the game. The production tells the story of legendary boxer Emil Griffith, who, as it turns out, was battling much more than just the opponents in the ring. After speculations about Griffith's sexual orientation, the fighter, who had not publicly come out yet, was set to meet Benny Paret in the ring. Witnesses claim that Paret called Griffith a slur.
It had to be an incredibly difficult moment to be in a fight with somebody that you considered a friend, right? In a very competitive sport, obviously, very violent sport, obviously, but he hit him 17 times in less than 7 seconds and put him in a coma. And he laid in a coma for 10 days and died. You know, that had to be like really rough and something that you obviously he held on to for years, because there was a moment where he met with the son, and Benny Paret Jr. told him, he said, listen, man, for my family and for me, we don't harbor any ill will towards you. And Emil lost it and just broke down and cried like a baby. So that's 30 or 40 years of holding on to something like that. And you have to learn how to forgive yourself to move forward. And I think that moment was the first step for him in going down that path.
Afterwards, there were calls to ban boxing. The incident is credited with driving the sport to cable. The story, now set to music, has had a healing effect for many.
Whether it's the lesbian and gay community, whether it's the sports community, whether it's just African Americans, they all come up to me and say thank you, And it's kind of weird for me because I'm not the one to kind of think that it's all me, because there's a whole cast and there's a whole group of people that are putting these things on. But it does speak to the power of what art can do, And the other thing that's like really interesting about it too is that these stories have been bringing out a very diverse audience, to the theaters, which I think is something that's extremely powerful too, because sometimes, people in our community are intimidated by these buildings, And one of the things that I really love is that by doing these pieces, people come into the building and it's kind of demystified, so to speak, and they could come in and see themselves on a stage.
Blanchard's work is creating spaces for the art form to grow, not just in the audience, but on the stage as well.
One of the things that I love about my position in the opera world is that, we're bringing all of our culture to the operatic stage. I told the cast just yesterday, I said, I know a lot of you, may come from the church, you may come from an R&B background or a jazz background, and you're told to turn all of that off when you're singing Italian, French, or German opera. And I get it, that makes sense, but not for this opera. For this opera, I want you to bring all of those experiences and use all of that phrasing and inflections in what it is that you do, The whole thing about opera is that it's unamplified singing. That's really what it is. It's not a style. There are various styles within the world of opera, right? And what I'm trying to do with American opera is bring everything that America has to bear, to the stage. And it's been effective, and it allows these vocalists to really engage with the characters fully.
For Blanchard, a musical prodigy raised in a home of musicians, the road to opera may have been reluctant, but not surprising.
It's so funny because, my father loved opera and he was an amateur baritone. So I heard a lot of opera growing up as a kid. That's the only drag about all of this. That was my father's passion. And me and my mom, we kind of joked that if my dad was around, we'd have to chain him to a chair to keep him off the stage, you know, because that was really his thing.
Blanchard says he's often asked about what his father would think about all that he's been able to accomplish in opera. He knows that he would be proud.
Yeah, but my father would be also up there in heaven talking about, told you.
Dean Richards, WGN News.
Well, hurry, because you can only see Champion at the Lyric Opera until tomorrow.